This thing's so fast.
Put on a race?
Yeah.
You did?
I'm still in race.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Damn.
Oh my god, dude. This thing does have a tighter steering angle than the Talaria does, which is making this little section just that much easier. Center button, and it says it right there.
I got that on camera. Where'd you look?
This is the Altis Sigma, and I'm gonna get to take this thing out today. I also brought my Talaria for my friends over here to try out. And the last bike in our lineup today is going to be the E-Cells Monstar. This may look like a normal bike, but if you look, we got 2 batteries, 2 controllers, 2 motors, all 60 volt, and it's a monster. 6 kilowatts out of something that looks like a normal e-bike. Kinda crazy, but let's get these things out here, try them out. All right, we are on the Altis Sigma. We have it in normal mode at the moment. And yeah, finally get to try out the famed Altis Sigma. This thing made huge waves when it hit the scene with its 96 volt, 35 amp hour battery, which isn't the largest range, but man, can this thing output a lot of power. This is my first time riding it. I've literally been on the bike for like 30 seconds. The brakes are super screechy, but even in normal mode, this thing's already a rocket ship. Normal is feeling nice. This bike is also way quieter than my Talaria. I actually can hear Alex over this bike. All right, we're putting it in fourth. Oh my god! This thing got up to the altitude the Talaria has like that. Yeah, 96 volts is a whole lot of power. We are cruising at 40. Now I'm like at a third throttle on this thing. And again, this is sport mode. There is another step above this. This thing's a monster. Well, actually, that's a Monstar, but this thing is an actual monster. Oh my god, man. You want to catch up to something? You just twist that throttle in. It's got the torque, man. So if any of you have ridden a 72 volt Razor and compare it to like the normal 60 volt Talarias and Serrans, and you know that speed difference between like that 72 volt punch and the 60 volt punch, you get that same exact feeling when riding this bike, when jumping from even the Razor up to something like this.
Fast as fuck, right?
This thing's fast as fuck.
Put it on on sport mode?
I'm already in sport.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, Tyler, you probably would. Yeah, what do you think, Chris? I think I had 45 at one point. Oh yeah, hell yeah. All right, let's. I was just checking if you guys are good. Let's wait till this car passes.
Yep. We got waves from motorcycles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy. You know you're off of the e-bike and into the e-motos when people with sport bikes are liking what they see, you know? Bike like this, you can certainly get yourself into trouble real quick. We're not even in the top setting, like, I touch it, it goes from 30 to 45. Copy that. I was like, I probably shouldn't be in sport mode still. And finally, we're out on Alex's mountain bike area. Right now, I'm missing my high-rise handlebars from my Talaria for standing. The great thing about E-Motos is that when you're going off-road, they have so much torque that you can just baby your way through terrain if that is what you choose to do. You could rip it too, but you don't have to. Oh, I'm just riding straight through this stuff. Excuse me, Alex. This way or that way?
We're going left. We're going left.
Okay. Yeah, the suspension is a lot better on this bike than I thought it would be. This is a heavy beast sitting at around 200 pounds. To give you an idea, my Talaria with the battery in it sits at about 150. I'll try not to leave the guys in the dust. No problems with this tight terrain. I don't know where this trail goes, so yeah, this thing's off-road performance is quite good.
I was just saying how I can lean out my foot and I can feel it like it's helping because it's so lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
and also that 21 front inch.
It'll just roll over everything.
Yeah, it climbs over anything.
Yeah. How technical would you guys rate this trail so far? It's pretty technical.
Compared to where I ride, not technical.
Not technical. Yeah, for this it might be technical.
Yeah. See, the problem with a bike like that isn't the suspension.
Yeah.
It's the unsprung weight when you're coming off of all those roots and stuff. Yeah. That's what makes it rough. With these bikes, you can stand up on it, and it just kind of glides over the stuff.
Like, I'm comfortable on this right now. Chris, do you want to trade and try one of these? It's up to you.
Which one do you want?
We can go towards the very end of the trail. Hopefully we can make it all the way through. It depends on how flooded it is. There's a fire road that we can try out there, which is kind of just like gravel and stuff. We can try there. Let's see if we can even make it.
Let's maybe swap there. You guys ready? Oh boy. Soon we're going straight. Whew. This thing does have a tighter steering angle than the Talaria does, which is making this little section just that much easier. I will say this bike is so much heavier than the Talaria. You really gotta pull it around or muscle it around a little bit more. These guys are not used to riding stuff like this, so gotta wait up a little bit. How clapped does the front suspension feel on that thing?
Feels fine. I mean, I'm barely using the suspension, so
that's fair.
not bad.
All right. These are really tight single tracks. And I think I could ride these a bit faster, but I'm trying to wait for my friends. This thing is quite nimble for how heavy it is. I love just being able to just barely touch the throttle and creep my way through these obstacles. It's such a good feeling that you can't really do with gas bikes so well. Like, this thing's probably got the equivalent power of like a 450, but riding a 450 on a trail like this, it's a bit of a chore. Riding an E-Moto like this, not so much of a chore. Whew. I probably shouldn't be setting the pace as the fastest rider.
Yeah, you're killing it, man. Doing good.
This thing is heavy.
It's this, dude. I could reach down so easy with my foot and just like help it out. That, not so much.
This thing is comfortable. Its suspension is good, but like, as soon as you're going a certain like slowness, the bike, you can feel the weight of the bike wanting to tip on like certain things.
Yeah.
And it just requires a lot more muscle than that bike does to keep it where you want it.
I think if Chris were to do any technical riding today, this would be a better bike for him than that. What do you think?
That one's pretty easy to ride. I think you can kind of tell the throttle's a little on the touchy side, you know? It's not terrible.
They're similar, though. I don't know. That's less touchy, though, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is less touchy. Chris, I know it's a big bike for the trail. Yeah, you're killing it, though. It's good content, right? It's good content. The thumbnail, big bike, little trail. I don't know.
You want to take lead, Alex?
Sure. I'm just curious if that one part that I talked about is flooded.
This is super pretty, though. Whoop. I almost de-mirrored the bike. Oh. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, I'm riding through that.
I don't want to fuck up your bike, Tyler.
I won't fuck up your bike, I promise.
The throttle is unhooked, so that's good. You might need normal mode.
Yeah, I'm on normal mode.
You gonna do it? Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
Handlebars basically didn't fit through that gap.
I see what you mean by twitchy. It's a little bit twitchy if you give it full throttle for sure.
Yeah.
But that's good. It's controllable. I can control it.
It's not terrible, but it definitely can be dangerous at times. So Alex, on this tougher stuff, you want to be standing on the bike.
Oh yeah.
Because
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just chilling. I'm inexperienced.
so when you're standing, all your weight is directed onto your handlebars and your foot pegs.
It feels better.
You can kind of throw the bike easier over. So the extra weight of this bike compared to my Talaria actually makes it a little bit softer riding over terrain. Oh. Yay, balance. I love that. Whew.
Yep. Crossing a little water crossing. You got it, Chris. Poor guy. Those rocks are tough, right? Chris is like, I did not sign up for this shit. Yeah, we're actually past all the hardest stuff, so we're almost done.
Can you rebottle me?
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
All right, let's go.
This is fun. People always say, oh, your bike doesn't have pedals. It's not a workout. When you're riding real off-road stuff, you are using all of your weight and all of your strength to keep these things guided directly where you want it to go. It is not easy, but very fun.
So this is that fire road. I'll have Chris ride up and down this.
That's a lean angle you get when you take off the stock 17-inch Supermotos and you put
that makes sense.
dirt wheels on.
That makes sense. All right, Chris. This is that fire road that I mentioned.
Which one do you want to do?
I was gonna have him try this with a low torque setting.
Okay.
And then if you want, you could try that one. And then Chris, maybe, who knows? Maybe you'll be like, you know what? Let's do all of that again.
You're a trooper taking that on with that bike.
I've taken the Kepler on this trail before.
There's a couple of times I had to like swerve through the trees, not because like I wasn't confident, but I didn't think the handlebars would fit.
Oh yeah, it's way harder with a big ass bike. All right, so I'll switch it to Eco for you. Let me show you how to switch to the mode. So right now it's on Eco. Okay. And when you it says Eco up there. When you press the red button, you go up to Sport, or excuse me, Normal, Sport, Race, and then it goes back down to Sport, and then Normal, and then Eco. You probably won't need more than normal mode on this, but yeah, try it out. Let me know what you think. Yeah, nice and, oh, press the brakes. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I love how lightweight this thing is, dude. You can just get your feet out and help yourself.
Yeah. The high-rise handlebars.
Ridiculous on it because I'm too big for it.
You don't.
I like how small it is. I like it, man. I know what this bike is good for. It's just fucking huge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is it good for? Just shit on it, maybe? Like backpacking with it?
Doing a front-wheel drive burnout?
Yeah, I guess. It's just too big, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know what it's good for. It's good for mimicking a normal bicycle. As much as you can. That's what it's good for.
Yeah, that's basically what I said. It looks like a bicycle, but it's got the same power output as basically this.
Yeah. But this, it's like made for it, you know what I mean? It feels like a rock. That, not like a rock. Oh, there he goes. Whoa!
Oh!
Chris, get a little lively. Oh, yeah. All right.
See that?
Yeah, I saw that.
You want to give it another rip?
Yeah.
Trying to get you addicted. So this one, the throttle is going to be touchier. What was it? Oh yeah, that's this nice little fire trail.
So this bike has 2 power modes. You switch between them with this.
Yep.
Oh,
2?
Yeah, there's Eco and there's Sport. Both of them have almost the same throttle curve, but Sport goes to 50.
Oh, I slide more.
This one sacks back a little bit because the front wheel is bigger.
And it's also tuned for my body weight.
I'm like this. I don't like
good for climbing. Just watch out for the throttle.
You got to put the kickstand up, and then it'll be live, I think.
Is that on normal?
It's on Eco right now, so if you want to switch that, you press that center button, and it says it right there.
Oh. I got that on camera. Wish me luck.
Yeah, I'm not riding
It's all good.
It just slid right up from under me.
I saw it, dude. I got it. I guess you guys want to head back or keep swapping bikes?
I'm having fun on the Altis.
All right, I'll keep going on this one then. Chris doesn't like this bike. Log thing, and that's it.
Oh, I had to turn it off because it has a tip over sensor.
It does not have it?
It does have a tip over. So it says error like 63 if you drop the bike.
Gotcha.
And it won't go. We'll keep Chris on the regular e-bikes, even if it's a very fast one. The Taloria caught him out. I always warn people, that one is a little on the twitchy side. We are in sport mode. Helmet visor down, mirror adjusted, kind of. This thing gets to 60 like nothing. It's absolutely insane. Oh, it feels so good to be moving fast. Got all sweaty riding that slow speed. Oh my god, dude. This is too much. I mean, like, it's not too much. I can ride this, but I don't think everybody needs a bike like this. This power level is... Oh, I'm in race right now.
Alright, just be careful, because it's sport mode.
I will. Race mode on this bike is like hopping into 1,000 or a liter bike, you know? You gotta be really careful, but it's really fun. And I'm not just riding this thing like a squid. We got pads on, we got moto pants, we got a full motorcycle helmet. Always be safe when you're out on your bikes, especially the faster ones. Dude, this thing's insane. I can't help but just giggling every time I get on the power on this thing. It doesn't feel real. It feels like a video game. You know when you go into Forza and you put a V12 and all-wheel drive and slap all the most powerful stuff onto your car? That's what this thing feels like IRL. Yeah. This thing is so much closer to a motorcycle than it is a mountain bike. It's actually crazy. I mean, it can feel like a mountain bike on the lower power settings, but it just isn't. There is no mountain bikes that you can just go and catch up to your friend in 1 second. Our boy Chris over on the Monstar. And it's crazy though, like, he's on my Talaria, I'm on an Altis Sigma, and that E-Cells Monstar is keeping pace with these two E-Motos. It's absolutely wild that you could have something with pedals that can do that. But for me, I like bikes like this a lot more. When you're going fast, this bike doesn't feel heavy. When you're riding that single track back there, this thing feels very heavy. When you're at the lower speeds, it definitely wants to lean when you feel the weight of it. You gotta muscle it around. When you're moving at these higher speeds, this thing feels way more stable than my Talaria. Mostly because it has an extra 50 pounds of weight on it. This thing's so fast.
It's crazy.
Where are we going, straight?
You put it on race?
Yeah.
You did?
I'm still in race.
Nice. We'll take off.
Oh my god, I powered me.
Lift the phone, let's go. Damn.
I gotta be more careful on this thing. That was even close to a loop, but I also didn't think the wheel was gonna come off. If you're interested in an Altis Sigma, check the description down below. I can't express how much gratitude I have to have friends like this who allow me to experience other bikes as a smaller YouTuber. Everyone seems to think that as soon as you start making YouTube videos, all these companies just hand you bikes. That is not true. When you are starting out, you have to buy every last one of these bikes. Once you hit like 1,000, 2,000, that's when you start getting offers. But the bikes that they hand you are never gonna be a bike like this. It's gonna be probably stuff you're not all that interested in. What a bike.
Debrief time.
Holy shit.
All right.
I'll hit 50 for the first time.
50. There you go. Congratulations. And it's never, well, maybe for you it's enough. For me, it's never enough. Except for this one. This one is enough.
Oh my. I was like getting comfortable with it, and then we started off right there, and I was like, I wonder how deep I can get into this before it gets sketchy.
Yeah.
And I just get into it, and the wheel starts picking up, I'm like, that's that much.
Yeah. And you were on race mode?
Yeah.
How fast did you go?
Probably a little over 60. I saw 60 on the dash, but when I was going real fast, I wasn't looking at the dash.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. That'll go GPS 68, that's as fast as it took it, and that was in the winter. Speedometer was showing 73, I think. This I got to the speedometer was like 53.
Yeah, it says 53. It's actually doing like...
Feels a little bit slower?
Yeah, it's a little bit slower. With me, it usually tops out like literally right at 50.0, like right on the dot. So maybe a little bit slower with...
We're going high 40s in that one. It's kind of like Sur-Ron speeds, almost like a little bit extra.
It's got a little bit more on the Sur-Ron, for sure.
That's just, this is a great example for you guys watching on how a high-powered e-bike, dual motors, can keep up or not keep up with E-Motos like this. Chris, I think on the trail this thing is pretty tough, but on the roads it can hang with these right here.
Yeah, that's a bike that you gotta be 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
That's your bike.
Yeah.
It's
for a big rider.
Yeah. It is definitely the big guy e-bike in the world.
Yeah, that's true. What did you think of these E-Motos over here? I know you tried
Well-
the Sigma.
I like the Sigma better than the Talaria because I fell right off that fucking thing.
That just takes some getting used to.
So the problem with the Talaria Triple X, in my opinion, is you have two power modes, and the throttle response doesn't really change between the two modes. The only thing that really changes on it is the top speed. It tops out in 35
That's
in
what first
Eco.
surprised me because you said two modes. Two modes. Like, you should have like four. That's like
So-
4 or 5.
This has 4, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you need more modes like that for different riders.
I actually quite like two modes on a bike because cycling through multiple modes on that bike,
It is annoying.
it's a bit of a chore.
Very annoying.
Having the two modes on that is a little bit easier because you know basically what you're going to get when you press the button. But what I would like to see on that bike is some way to be able to tune the throttle curve or like the aggressiveness on it because it's not
I was in Eco right when I left. Yeah.
because it's not terrible, but for people who aren't familiar with these kind of bikes, it for sure can get you into trouble real quick.
That was a good save, though. We caught it on camera, too. That'd be a great clip. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of part 3 of the e-bike mashup. Thank you, Chris and Tyler, for coming out here.
Thank you, Alex, for bringing us out here.
Yeah, you got it. Thanks for coming
man.
out.
That was
And
awesome.
it's been real.
It's been real fun.
I feel like we just did like a little Top Gear episode. Maybe people will like it. Maybe people will really love it and be like, "No, do more videos like that."